ArtView is a quick-look enhancement for Creative Cloud and Creative Suite users. It provides previews for graphics documents that aren't normally supported in Quick Look, and also provides important metadata such as fonts, linked images, colors, and more. I'm sure you're already familiar with macOS X's Quick Look feature that allows you to preview documents without having to open them in their source application. And Quick Look does a great job on standard documents, but it wasn't really designed out of the box with support for graphic design documents. As an example, here's an Adobe Illustrator document that was saved without PDF, and you'll notice that it actually gives some kind of incorrect preview. Now this is what the document looks like when it's saved with PDF support, and this is the correct preview. Adobe InDesign documents aren't supported at all, and so you'll just come up with a generic icon. Same thing goes with Adobe Swatch Exchange and Freehand MX. This is where ArtView comes in. I'm going to go ahead and download it and install it on the system, and let's take another look. Now that we have ArtView installed, you'll notice right away that we get previews for every one of our graphic design files, even the ones that weren't supported before. Here's an example, is the Illustrator document we showed before that did not have PDF support enabled. And you'll see that we're getting our embedded preview from the Adobe Illustrator document itself. And we're also getting a lot of metadata that wasn't there before. Here's some font information, here's some color information. I'm going to jump down to the Adobe InDesign document because this was a multi-page document we have, and you'll notice that not only is it showing the previews for the pages, but we're also able to show them in either single pages, spreads, and spreads starting on the right side. So that's extremely helpful, especially when you're trying to identify layouts. And like the fonts we showed you before, it's showing the fonts that are used within this document, and by enabling a Show in Finder button, ArtView actually is able to reveal the font files that are being used. This is really handy for when you're trying to grab assets on a particular document. Just like the fonts, it's also able to reveal images that were used. So by clicking Show in Finder, I'm going to go ahead and bring this Photoshop document to the front here. That'll let me copy it, drop it in an email, whatever you may want to do with it. And finally, we can actually get color information. So in this case, we may need to find out if this document uses particular spot color. And yes, it does. It uses a Pantone 123C. It also lets us give color specifications. So if you're an account executive and a customer calls up and says, hey, what particular color are we using here? You can actually do this without having to open the document. And to an even more important point, you don't actually even have to have any of these applications installed on your system. So as an example, if you're kind of a team member that's working with some graphic designers and you want to take a look at some of the artwork, get some of the specifications we're talking about, you can actually install ArtView and get this information without even having to have any Adobe products installed on here. So that's really a huge boost for workflows. When you're previewing your document, you can click on any individual page to have it take the center stage, and this allows you to zoom into this. You can actually even zoom in a bit more depending on the size of the preview that you're using, and then clicking again brings you back to your regular preview. Moving along, we have some Adobe Swatch Exchange files. Here you get a nice preview of them. And because this is embedded within the whole Quick Look framework, these previews also show up on things like Spotlight, open dialog boxes, and so it'll actually give me these previews from Spotlight itself. That's a brief overview of ArtView. It can be downloaded from our website as a free 15-day demo and can be purchased from code-line.com.